Hello.
Then, now,
Countdown to the queens.
Episode number 500.
forever.
Looks like hell throws over.
Without any more further ado,
Together.
let's jump straight into the show. Hello, welcome to episode number 95 of the TEW IX Challenge Run. This is going to be Friday the 17th of January episode of SmackDown, and we continue on the build to the Royal Rumble. And yeah, tonight we have a main event of Kairi Sane facing off against Julia. We also have a tag team match, the former champions Pretty Deadly against Chase U. We have Daniel Bryan in action, and we also have Big E taking on Neville in a match he was advised against from Kofi Kingston, but he's going to do it anyway. Plus, follow up from last week's main event where Ilya Dragunov scored the victory for his team against the Hurt Business. So yeah, without any more further ado, let's jump straight into the show. We do indeed hear from... Oh my god, Ilya and MVP gets an 88 for their segment. Okay, cool. We do indeed hear from Ilya Dragunov again. And he says, "Last week, I reminded the entire world, and specifically I reminded Bobby Lashley, why they call me the Mad Dragon. You see, the almighty Bobby Lashley walks around here as the World Heavyweight Champion because there's been nobody brave enough to step to him and take him down. But that's where I come in. That is where I, Ilya Dragunov, step up. Because you see, the Hurt Business, they took me out. They took out my tag team partner, the legendary Randy Orton. They thought they'd seen the last of us, but that's far from the truth. So, Bobby, MVP, let's make this a fight." And then MVP comes out, he goes, "Ilya, okay, I can see clearly by looking at you, the way you come out here, the way you breathe that smoke. There ain't a single brain cell bouncing around in that big dumbass head of yours. And I can definitely see there ain't any brain cells bouncing around in there if you're gonna pick a fight with the almighty Bobby Lashley. You were right. You were right, Ilya. Nobody on SmackDown has stepped up to the almighty Bobby Lashley. That's because apparently everybody else here on SmackDown is smarter than your dumbass. Okay, the reason nobody's picking fights with the almighty Bobby Lashley is because they know that the almighty Bobby Lashley is stronger than them, is tougher than them, is meaner than them. They know Bobby Lashley will tie them up like a pretzel and throw their ass back down the card where they belong. So, Ilya, it's nice of you to remind the world that your dumbass existed. But it's not nice for you to let the world know that you are a dumbass." And Ilya goes, "You can call me dumb, you can call me stupid, MVP. But I know as well as you know, the Almighty doesn't want to pick a fight with me, but last week I put down your own men. I put down Damon Kemp. The way I see it, I hold a victory over the Hurt Business, which means I should get the next shot at Bobby Lashley. So, my schedule is free in 15 days at the Royal Rumble. Will I see you there?" And MVP just laughs and goes, "You're this dumbass, right in your own grave, Ilya, okay? You're digging your own grave. You were out. You just told us you were out for weeks, months, because of the beating the almighty Bobby Lashley did. And that was unprovoked. So what do you think the Almighty's gonna do to you when things are sanctioned in that ring at the Royal Rumble? I'll give you 2 weeks to think about it, kid. 'Cause the Almighty accepts your challenge. So yeah, Royal Rumble Championship match. Ilya Dragunov takes on the Almighty Bobby Lashley. We then cut backstage. Big E, he's warming up for his match. And Kofi goes, E, like I said, man, you don't have to do this. It's not wise to do this, okay? Neville, I understand. I want to get back at him for him sticking his nose in our business too, but we can't do anything without Woods, see? Big E goes, Kofi, how would Woods feel about you talking like that right now? How would Woods feel to see you hold him back, not want to defend the honor of one of our brothers? You can come with me, or you can stay behind here, Kof. You can play smart and with your brain, but I ain't playing like that when it comes to my brother Woods, nah. I'm playing tough guy, I'm playing defender, I'm playing big brother. And tonight, right now, that little short elf man is gonna regret messing with the new day. And Big E goes out there. You can see Kofi, just shaking his head as he goes out. He knows he's thrown himself to the slaughter, basically. And 90, Neville defeats Big E with a red arrow in 12:52. So, basically the crux of the match is Big E actually overpowers Neville to start with. He gives a couple of those big overhead belly to bellies to him. He's tossed him around. He's fighting off all of Neville's offense. And then it comes to the point where, Neville, he slides down the back for a big ending and just boots Big E in the back of his knee. And his knee buckles under him. He goes, fuck. And he drops to the floor. And that's when the opening gets, easier for Neville. He then isolates Big E's knee. And Big E's knee is just worked on for the rest of the match. Eventually, Big E does make a comeback. He gets Neville up for another big ending. This time, his knee buckles. And then, he goes to the ground. Neville takes him down and plants the black arrow on him. And ends up getting the win. 80 for Big E, 95 for Neville. So, yes, Kofi was right. Big E was being reckless. And after the match, Neville continues the attack on Big E, and that's when Kofi does run out. He was okay to watch Big E throw himself to the wolves, I guess, to learn his lesson. But this is where Kofi steps in, because now Neville's fucking with his brother. But Neville does also, wipe Kofi out with some sort of weapon, probably a kendo stick or something, some sort of pipe, whatever Neville would use. And he leaves both members of the New Day laying. And he just sort of walks off, just laughing at himself. We see Kairi in her locker room, and the scene is she's got a mirror in her locker room. She's putting her face paint on, and then just in the background, in the reflection, we see Io walk up to her, and Kairi turns around, and Io goes, "Julia is tough. She's incredible. She beat me. Tonight, if you need me, I have your back." And Kairi goes, "Queendom Omega ruined my life. They ruined my career. They've ruined our friendship. I need to do this for me. I'll call you if I need you." Obviously, it's all subtitled and they're speaking in Japanese together. And then Kairi just, walks off. And she doesn't. I guess just sort of shrugs her shoulders and leaves, because it's Kairi's locker room. Why would Kairi leave? But yes, Kairi has very personal stakes in this match, so she's gonna go it alone. We see an interview. Kayla Braxton is with Carmelo Hayes. He walks into frame. And Kayla goes, "Carmelo, WrestleMania season. It's always a great time to be a part of the roster on WrestleMania season, heading into the Royal Rumble And he goes, it sure is Kayla Braxton. This year's Royal Rumble lineup, it's stacked already. But you know what'll make that even better? If I end up being in the Royal Rumble match. Now, I've been grinding my ass off here on SmackDown for weeks. But last week I got into a little bit of a thing with old Pete Dunne, you know. Old Petey. I said some things to him that he didn't like to hear. They were hard truths, but he didn't like to hear them. And then, you what? And then Pete Dunne and Oney Lorcan walk into frame. Says, what were you saying? Hard truths. Mello, you came out to me last week and you ran your mouth. That's all you're doing, because you're a cocky little shit. Quite frankly, for no reason, because you haven't really done much around here recently. Mello goes, I ain't done much around here recently, says the 5-minute world champion. Anyway, Pete, you ain't done nothing since Daniel Bryan carried your ass to a tag team championship. But you want to run your mouth. You can't run your mouth quite like me, because I got the gift of the gab more than you. You just mumble in your stupid little accent. So if you want to fight me tonight, or you want one of your boys to fight me tonight, I'm free. My schedule's clear. Then Oney steps to him. He goes, you dare keep running your mouth. I'll shut it for you, because I'm going to kick your ass tonight. And he walks off. And Miller just turns to Kayla and he goes, there we have it, Kayla. Another shot fired. Another big win loading for Carmelo Hayes. He sort of like does a ball in motion. 84. Let's go. A banger Raquel match. Shayna Baszler, fresh off her victory over Charlotte last week. She keeps her momentum rolling. She defeats Raquel Rodriguez in 13 minutes 11. 86 for Shayna, 65 for Raquel. And yeah, nice win for Shayna. We then cut to Cammy backstage with the rest of Queen of Omega by her side. She says, Kyrie, it's gone beyond being cute now. I used to humor you. I used to think it was adorable how much you tried to fight your way to becoming a winner. Even we're sad to see what you've become. A loser. And you've got EO by your side again. Isn't that all you care about? But you've shoved her to the side because you want to prove to the world that you can beat Julia. You can't, Kyrie. You can't beat Julia. You can't beat Utami. You can't even beat Yoko or Saya, and you damn sure can't beat the Megasis. Okay? So, tonight, we hopefully take care of Kyrie for good. And then after that, we go on to the Royal Rumble where Utami takes care of Asuka. Which then leaves one final problem. The problem that will not go away. My old humble queen, Io. Io thinks she's going to win the Royal Rumble. Io has aspirations of main eventing WrestleMania. That's not going to happen. Because Julia, she beat Io at Cyber Sunday. So what do you think is going to happen when Julia enters the Royal Rumble and Io's in the Royal Rumble? I'll tell you what's going to happen. We're going to get a repeat. Damn, it feels good to be in Queen of Omega. I would hate to be one of our enemies right now. But they made their bed. Now they gotta lay in it. William Regal approaches Daniel Bryan. Backstage, Charlie Dempsey by his side. He goes, Daniel, tonight, Charlie, he wants an exhibition with you. You know, my son against my protege. I would never live myself down if I didn't let Charlie get into the ring with arguably the greatest wrestler of all time before you end up, you know, scaling back on your ring career. Bryan goes, wow, flattering words, Regal. I don't care who it is. Your kid, he's got a lot of potential. Let's see if we can get it out of him tonight. But it doesn't matter who is in front of me tonight, Regal. It doesn't matter who's in front of me at the Royal Rumble. I know what I've got to do, not just for me, but for all those people 11 years ago who rallied behind me, who ruined the Royal Rumble because I wasn't in it. I have to win. There's no other way. And he walks off. Oh, my goodness. Pretty Deadly and Chase U have both turned into, like, very valuable members of my roster. Like, yeah. But anyway, Chase U do pick up the win over Pretty Deadly. Andre Chase pinning Kit Wilson with the teachable moment. 83 for Kit, 74 for Elton, 66 for both Andre and Duke. So yeah, Chase U's momentum keeps rolling ever since Duke saved the day. Yeah. But after the match, it's not such a good time to be Pretty Deadly. They start, punching the ring mat, having a meltdown at ringside. Tonya Breeze grabs the microphone. They go, absolutely not. No, boy, okay? Andre Chase University, good for them. They're little cheerleaders in their hideous red sweaters. Okay? We wouldn't be caught dead wearing disgusting attire like that. That's why we're not a part of such a terrible, terrible organization. But quite frankly, you understand. You see what's happening to us. There is a conspiracy against us. First of all, 2 weeks ago, special guests are allowed to jump the barricade, hit our Tonya in the face. And of course we're distracted by that, okay? It's a celebrity, a Disney star, jumping over the barricade and getting involved in our match. Of course that's going to distract anybody. And then we don't get a rematch because Andre Chase and Duke Hudson get a rematch. For what reason? Because they managed to save their stupid school. We all graduated a decade ago and these guys are 34 years old and stuck in school. And now, we've lost because obviously our mind's not in the right place, okay? You can blame anything you want. Blame the dog shit management of this show for screwing over Pretty Deadly time and time again. Adam Pearce goes, oh, enough. I'm tired of so many ungrateful wrestlers on my roster that don't get their own way and merely throw their toys out of the pram. Elton, Kit, you didn't get a rematch because the tag team division here on SmackDown is on fire, okay? There's more teams than ever vying for a shot at the tag team championships. You don't just get handed a rematch because you cashed in Money in the Bank to become champions. And tonight you proved why. Because you lost to Andre Chase and Duke Hudson. So therefore, Andre Chase and Duke Hudson get the next shot at the championships, and not you. Do I make myself clear? And Elton and Kit just laugh and they go, yeah, you make yourself very clear, Adam Pearce. But we're going to make ourselves very clear as well, okay? Behind all, the musical talk and the yes boy and everything, there's two world-class competitors, one of the greatest tag teams in the company today, that you're screwing with. And we're not going to stand by and let that happen. And they walk off. So yeah, Pretty Deadly not happy. A big-ass meltdown here tonight. Kind of justifiable, to be fair, because they don't get a rematch. Which, a lot of people would think they're entitled to. We then see Jacob Fatu. He's storming around backstage. He goes, hey, who's seen Angelo Dawkins? Where's that coward, Angelo Dawkins, huh? I just want to chat to him, okay? Because we were going to have such a great match. And I just want to talk to him nicely, man to man. And, everybody's, backing away from him. And he goes, I get it. I'm the big scary Samoan werewolf. But I don't want to get my hands on any of you. I just want Angelo Dawkins, okay? And I'm not going to stop until I get my hands on him. He turns around and Drew McIntyre's there. And he just stares at Jacob Fatu. They have a stare down. And Drew just smiles. He goes, first time, huh? I had somebody drive me insane. Somebody I couldn't get out of my head. Somebody who I needed to deal with. So I dealt with him. And let me tell you, Samoan werewolf, I feel alive. So, buddy, if this anger is what's making you the way you are, I advise you do something about it, because it worked out damn well for me. Or maybe you don't want to do something about it. Maybe you want to bring this anger, maybe you want to keep this anger bottled up and bring it to the Royal Rumble. But if you do that, you better hope you don't see me in that ring. 'Cause I'll boot it out of you. And he just walks away as Jacob Fatu stares away at him as he walks away. We then cut backstage. Chase U is still... No, we don't cut backstage, actually. It's Jacob Fatu just stares angrily at Drew McIntyre, and he walks out of frame as the camera focuses on something different, which is Chase U celebrating. They go, "I told you, everybody, Andre Chase University is not only alive and well, it's even better than ever. You know, they say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and that's never been more true with us here at Chase U. Me and Duke, we're now this close to the WWE Tag Team Championships. Thea, you came up short for that Liberty Championship the other week, but I'm sure if you can get yourself back into the title picture, next time you won't be coming up short." That's when the Mercy Machine Guns walk in. You know, it's nice to see a tag team, actually not react like the world's ending around here because we ended up being in the championships. Chase U, you did good the last few weeks. I'm really happy you managed to keep a hold of your university. But, you ain't playing with school kids anymore. You're playing with one of the greatest tag teams to ever do it. The most inspirational tag team of the 21st century. You wanna prove that you're a top tag team here on SmackDown? There's no better test than us. So congratulations, Mr. Chase, Duke. Let's see if we're dealing with boys or men. Then Mercy Machine Guns walk off. And then we see Fatal Influence walk past, just turning their nose up at Chase U. And then Thea goes, "What was that?" He goes, "Oh, you must be talking to us. We just were disgusted by this." Thea goes, "Disgusted? By what? My friends? Our family? Our Chase University family? Just because you three stuck-up bitches want to stick together because, it's a race to see which one of you is going to stab each other in the back first, doesn't mean anybody else can't be loyal to their friends and their family and anybody who got them here to WWE in the first place." And Fallon's like, "Oh, listen to her. Fiery. I like fire. You know what, Thea? You want to make your mark in the championship ranks just like your friends in Andre Chase University? We are the influence. We have that influence on everybody. So, I'll see you out there tonight." And Thea goes, "Mr. Chase, I might have got myself in a fight." And he goes, "I heard, Thea, but this is a great opportunity. As obnoxious as she may be, Fallon was right. This is a chance for you to, step in and prove that you belong here in the SmackDown Women's Division." So yeah, it will be Fallon Henley against Thea Hale later on tonight. Damn. That goes for that. The only reason I picked Charlie Dempsey is because I wanted to do a technical masterclass, and it failed. So, whoops. You live and you learn. I won't do it again. But yes, Daniel Bryan does pin Charlie Dempsey with a cradle in 14:35. 86 for Daniel Bryan, 51 for Charlie Dempsey. Apparently it's not the right match to be feeding a rowdy crowd. I thought I read when I put it in they had to be fired up. Whatever. I won't dare touch anything that isn't all out or slow build ever again. I've learnt that. I learned that 4 years ago in 2016. I thought I should have just kept that knowledge, but whatever. We then cut backstage. Big Bronson Reed is walking through the hallway. And we hear Ricochet's stupid laugh. Ha ha! As he walks into frame and he goes, "What do you want, Trevor?" He goes, "Oh, nothing. Just getting a level look at my championship that you stole from me." And Bronson Reed goes, "Of course, and by stole you mean squashed you like a bug in the middle of the ring and took it from you in a wrestling match." And Ricochet's like, "Yeah. Anyway, it looks pretty good on you. I understand you can't wear it around your big ass waist because you're a big thick boy, Bronson Reed. But it would look even better around my waist." And it did. And it's going to again because next week I just spoke to Nick Aldis. And I'm having my rematch for my United States Championship. I may be the first person to bring the Hurt Business gold twice. Aha! And then Bronson Reed goes, you know, Ricochet, you were the first person to bring gold into the Hurt Business. But you were also the first person to lose gold in the Hurt Business. And he just walks off. And Ricochet's like, oh, well, fuck. We then cut to Candice LeRae in her locker room. And she's sort of just sitting there solemnly on, I guess, a sofa or a chair. And Johnny Gargano walks in. He goes, hey, you know, we wanted to see me here. What's so important? Can I not wait till we're home? She goes, not really. You know, I spoke to Ember Moon last week. And she went kind of rough on me. Johnny goes, Candice, you're a grown-ass woman. You won the Royal Rumble and main event of WrestleMania. Why am I here to take care of your problems? He goes, no, it's not that. If I had a problem with Ember Moon, I could sort it myself. It's just, I've been thinking, have I been trying to please too many people recently? Should I start worrying less about other people and more about myself? And Johnny goes, Candice, whatever you choose to do, I know is the right thing. Many times I come to you to advice because, hell, only one of us has main evented WrestleMania. Only one of us has won the Royal Rumble. In many ways, you've gone from being Johnny Gargano's wife to me being Candice LeRae's husband. So I don't understand what I can tell you. But what I will tell you is this. You've been told by a lot of people, Ember, Cammy, probably even EO herself, to not worry or concern yourself with friendships in this industry. You know, I had Tommaso once, and he put himself in the House of Black for me. And I still think about it every day. So if you have to, you know, if you have fences you need to rebuild and friendships you need to fix, fixing them, it will make your mind a hell of a lot better, because there's still things I wish I could say to Tommaso if he were here right now. So, I know whatever you choose to do will be the right thing, because you're Candice LeRae. You're the greatest woman I've ever met, and whatever you choose will be the right thing to do. I'm just saying, if I was in your shoes, I'd have a phone call I need to make. And he gets up and he walks away. And Candice just sits there, sadly looking down at her phone. And, yeah. 66. I'll take that. Just, again, these mid-card women on SmackDown getting time now. Thea Hale and Fallon Henley. And Thea Hale does pick up the win. She pins Fallon Henley with a surprise cradle in 8:28. 58 for Thea, 65 for Fallon. So yeah, nice win for Thea Hale. After Duke Hudson and Andre Chase earned the shot of the Tag Team Championships earlier on tonight, Thea Hale now scores the victory over Fallon Henley. A big win for her in the singles competition. We then cut to the learning tree watching that. Jericho, you know, he's just got a snarl on his face as he watches it backstage. He goes, I can't believe this. How did we lose to these people? Okay, they're all losers. Are we losers? And everyone sort of just awkwardly looks around, and then Bodie goes, I guess, yeah, we are, Chris, because we did lose. Jericho goes, and you're content with that? And Bodie's like, well, no, Chris, but, you know, what do you want us to do? And he goes, what I want you to do is stop sucking, Bodie. Okay? Andre Chase and Duke Hudson are getting tag team change opportunities now. Why did I manage to recruit away the worst member of Chase U? I can only do so much if you guys are going to keep sucking. And Morgan goes, well, I won. I've been winning. I won in in the big competition, the gauntlet, I guess we'll call it. And then Kyle Murray's like, yeah, we won as well. So this is really just about Bodhi and Guy and Cena because we're doing great. Jericho goes, great. Great is a stretch. You're doing okay. But okay is not good enough to be associated with Chris Jericho. Now go out there and make things right, because the learning tree being terrible and losing doesn't reflect badly on you, it reflects badly on me, and I can't have things reflect badly on me. I'm Chris Jericho. Okay? You dig? He will just go silent. He goes, I said I dig, you dig? I go, we dig. He goes, great. Thanks, guys. And he walks off. We see Ilya. He's backstage. He's grabbing his suitcase. He's getting ready to leave. And he bumps into Sami Zayn. He goes, Ilya, I always knew you had it in you, man. Big victory last week. I couldn't have done it without you. Literally. Because, you know, you got the pin in the match. And I say you're going to the Royal Rumble to wrestle Bobby Lashley for the World Championship. And he goes, not only am I going to the Royal Rumble to wrestle Bobby Lashley, I'm going to be the man to take the championship from Bobby Lashley. And Sammy goes, great. No, I believe you, you know. I know Bobby Lashley's big and scary, but, you know, you're the Mad Dragon. Nobody's more intense than you. And hey, you know, come to think of it, it might be you and I wrestling for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, because when I enter and win the Royal Rumble, if you're the World Champion, hell, I might just pick you. And he just laughs and goes, I would look forward to it, Sammy. And he walks off. And Sammy goes, yeah, same. 82. We'll take that. Carmelo Hayes picks up the win with nothing but net in 12:54. Yeah, the second week in a row. Oni's getting reps in. He hasn't got this many reps since 2021. That's how it goes. 67 for Oni, 93 for Carmelo Hayes. Damn it, how dare I sell him so short? But yes, Carmelo Hayes picking up the victory over Oni Lorcan here tonight. We then cut back to Kairi's locker room. This time Asuka is also in there. She's in there. Io brings Asuka with her this time. And Asuka goes, Kairi, I come with you. I fight off Queendom Omega. And Kairi goes, no. I told Io. I told you, now I'm telling you. I need to do this by myself. They're not calling you losers. Okay? They're not saying that your careers are finished. They're just saying that about me. I need to prove them wrong. Me. Not me and Io, not me and Asuka. Me. And she just gets up and leaves. Get ready for her match, which is the main event. And Io and Asuka sort of like look at each other like, oh, well, I guess. Leave her. Next week, 2 big championship matches will take place on next week's episode of SmackDown. The first being a rematch for the United States Championship. Big Bronson Reed captured his first singles championship in WWE back at Cyber Sunday when you voted him in to wrestle his old tag team partner Ricochet. And Ricochet will get his rematch for the championship next week on SmackDown. Plus, a WWE Tag Team Championship match as Andre Chase University, Duke Hudson and Andre Chase himself get their first, maybe first crack at Tag Team Gold when they team up to face the Motor City Machine Guns on SmackDown. Plus, we've had some big developments for the Royal Rumble card. The first being the World Heavyweight Championship match. Technically the final match announced, not even technically, it is the final match announced for, no it's not. We haven't done the Raw Women's title match yet. But yes, Bobby Lashley will defend the World Heavyweight Championship against the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov. The man who says that he's got the intensity to survive in the ring with Bobby Lashley. Will he? Let's find out. But surviving is one thing, winning is a whole other. And, speaking of winning, we have more names on their quest to win the Royal Rumble match on the women's side. Queendom Omega will have their own representative in the Women's Royal Rumble match. Julia, the former ECW Women's Champion, will be in this year's match. She joins a stacked lineup featuring Becky Stardust, Io Sky, Candice LeRae, Blair Davenport, Ember Moon, Kelsey Cook, Nova Nebula. And on the men's side, Sami Zayn is on his quest to win the Royal Rumble and headline WrestleMania and get back the World Championship. And he will be a part of the men's Royal Rumble match, which is also a very stacked lineup, featuring John Cena in his final Royal Rumble, Daniel Bryan in likely his final Royal Rumble, Roman Reigns, Jay White, Jacob Fatu, Gunther, Drew McIntyre, and a whole lot more. 85. Yeah, sure, we'll take that. I was maybe hoping for a little bit better, but I guess that was more just hopium than expectations. Yeah, Julia and Kairi Sane. Julia picks up another win. She's scoring 96s. Holy shit. Okay. Like, sure. This is why she's getting back in singles action, because she'd fallen to the wayside. But now she's back and remind the world who the damn hell she is. She does beat Kairi in 17-17 with the Beautiful Madness. 96 for Julia, 77 for Kairi. So yeah, Kairi, she fought hard, she fought well, but in the end, Julia was too much for her. I imagine it was just Julia out there as well. There was no Cammy, no Megasis, no anybody else. Because, you know, just having it be one-on-one would be the better match. But after the match, that is when we start seeing the rogues gallery of enemies. They all come rushing out. Cammy's ordering them all out there to start attacking Kairi. And she's got a mic. Saya's got the chain. She starts wrapping the chain around Kairi, like choking her out with the chain. Kairi probably even starts coughing up blood. And she goes, Kairi, we tried so hard to be nice. We tried warning you to stop, but you didn't listen. Your career is over. And now we're going to make sure of it. And, you know, Saya yanks back on the chain. Kairi's being choked to death with the chain. We do like a picture-in-picture thing. Like, we do cut backstage to outside her locker room, where, like, somebody has pressed a chair up against the wall. It's like one of those, commemorative chairs from, like, a pay-per-view. Like, someone shoved one of them under the door handle. So the door has been jammed, like, similar to how William Regal did with... who was that with? That was with the Dragon's Dojo guys. Yeah. But it's Asuka and Io trapped in Kairi's locker room, and then eventually we do see them manage to break out and, you know, storm their way to the ring. But it's too late, because they come out there and Kairi is out. The medics are checking on Kairi. Asuka gets in the face of Cammy. Io gets in the face of Utami. They have a stare down. And they sort of just laugh them off as they leave, as Kairi is in a bad way. Oh, I forgot to click next segment. But yeah, Kairi's left in a bad way. And yeah. Cammy sort of laughs. She's like, what took you so long, huh? What took you so long? Was there, you know, something blocking your little locker room door? I mean, I didn't put it there. I was out here. But, you know, we always have people in contacts who we can get to help us out, because you've got a lot more enemies than just us. And, you know, sort of just glares at her as the show goes off the air with Kairi in trouble. 86. Yeah, sure, we'll take that. What matters more, though, is what you thought of the show. Do let me know what you thought in the comments below. And I'll see you on the other side now for Velocity, where we will have the Trios Championship match as the War Dogs face LA Extreme. Okay, so there is no fucking Velocity, because, again, my computer crashed while I was booking the fucking show, and when it does that when TEW's open, it decides, the save file is corrupted, you've got to go open up the backup file. So I opened up the backup file, and of course that took me to the start of last week, or the end of last week, so I've got to book in Raw and ECW and SmackDown all over the fuck again. I cannot be fucking asked to do all that as it was, so I'm just going to move all the shows and not book them, so you got robbed of Velocity this week. Blame my piece of shit computer. We'll be back next week where we'll do the Trios Championship match then, as well as, you know, everything else we have planned for this show. But yes, there you go, Velocity's cancelled, baby. See you for episode number whatever, which will be the next episode of Raw. Fuck me.